Tell you what, if concrete barriers on the sides aren't enough to slow your ass down, nothing's going to slow you down. You got to use your head when you're out there riding. Hey, this is Pete Leehey with the Biker Lawyers. We're going to take a look at some roadway situations and break them down a little bit. All right, nice clear highway so far. Looks like a little sand on the road. Cause for a slowdown. Hopefully, if you're riding in this stuff, you've got on some kind of protective eyewear. So yeah, 80 miles an hour, it's time to be home. If you're riding on a road with a curvy road and you're not familiar with it, you best be watching those road signs and adhere to what the speed suggestions are. We got some kind of a caution sign there, couldn't read it. This is not the time to be accelerating into a curve. Yeah, holy shit. So when you're riding, it is absolutely crucial that you be paying attention to the road signs. My comment was, if you're riding on a curvy road that you're not familiar with, you best be seeing those curve speed advisory signs and sticking to them at least until you can see the entire curve. You got some kind of a caution sign there that this guy passed on the left. You just absolutely have to slow it down. You do not know what's in front of you. All right, we must be in Ireland or something since we're on the wrong side of the road. This motorcyclist is following far too closely for my comfort zone.
So this biker was just following the traffic when the driver of this red truck started spitting out of his window. At first, biker thought that it was unintentional, so he decided to overtake him. But as he was overtaking him, he did it again. But now he spit directly at the biker. And as we live in this time when the pandemic is all over the world, things like this can be very dangerous.
Yeah, so this is no time for road rage.
Well, A, I wasn't, and yes, mate, I've got you on camera. You looked in the mirror and spat at me. Now, that's assault. So you can either apologise or I'll send it to the police.
I tell you what, if this is me, number one, I'm going to get around the guy and just be gone. If the dude is already spitting at you, you know you got a problem. I mean, we've got at least 2 guys in that truck. Are you seriously going to try and take them on? Number 2, you don't know what they have in mind for you. You don't know what weapons they have. The worst thing that can happen here is these 2 dudes get out of the truck with a couple of crowbars or something. Just suck it up, pass the guy, and get the hell out of there.
So what? So you decided to spit at me? What kind of creature are you? What man decides to spit at someone? You are a creature.
Yeah, you have to always assume that oncoming vehicle, when you're approaching an intersection, always assume that guy is going to do the lethal left right in front of you. If you don't assume that, you will eventually pay for it.
Holy
All right, so again, we're following too closely. We've got a number of parked cars, need to be watching out to see if any of them are running, possibly going to pull out. Whoa. And this is why you don't follow that closely. So the biker does not run into the rear of that vehicle, but it was closer than it ever should have been. All right, so we're coming up on the blind spot here. Best to scoot on through that as quickly as possible. Just got to always assume somebody's going to do something stupid, and it looks like this guy's gonna. Here he comes. By the way, I saw he just passed a semi. I don't know if you've ever seen a semi tire blow while driving down the highway, but it is like a small explosion, which is why when I'm overtaking a semi, I try to leave enough room in front of me that I can speed up, and once I get to the back of the semi, I'm going to juice it and get by that guy in a heartbeat. Again, we're following too closely here. You need to be at least 3 seconds behind the traffic in front of you. This is 1001. Yeah, he's less than 2 seconds behind. You just absolutely have to leave yourself a zone of safety between vehicles in front of you. Tell you what, if concrete barriers on the sides aren't enough to slow your ass down, nothing's going to slow you down. You got to use your head when you're out there riding. It's not time to interact with this guy. It's time to get the hell around him. All right, let's break that down. This guy, the biker, is pissed off at the white van, and deservedly so, but at the same time, the biker put himself in a position he never should have been in. If you're following at the proper distance and paying attention to what everybody else is doing, assuming that they're going to fuck up, and so many of them do, you're never going to get into this kind of a tight spot. I shouldn't say never, but your probabilities are a lot lower.
Go, you got it, buddy. Keep going, keep going.
Is that a skunk? Seriously?
Go, 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 go. Come on, buddy. You got it, you got it. Just gonna move him over. It's a baby. I don't know if they can spray it or not.
You gotta be kidding me.
Pardon? No, he didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, so this is all fine and good, but I don't know why, dressed all in black, that you would get off your bike to try to save an animal out in the roadway after dark. You're just asking to have a problem.
Oh, buddy. I don't want to squish you.
Come on, pick the fucker up and put him on the sidewalk.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so roadway debris, worthwhile stop, get that out of there. That can be ultra dangerous to a biker, especially if they don't see it in advance enough to deal with it. One of the more common things we see in our part of the country is big chunks of tire tread thrown off on the roadway, and often it is in a place where it's just not safe to stop, as in along a highway. If you encounter that kind of a situation, your best bet is make a mental note of a mile marker nearby, and instead of trying to stop and go out in traffic to move a big chunk of tire, just get off at the earliest safe opportunity, place a call to the local law and let them know where it is so they can get it out of there. All right, let's start with the wheelies. Motorcycles doing wheelies going down a traveled road is just plain foolish. It not only endangers the biker, him or herself, but it puts a stain on all bikers. It makes it tough for all of us if we have to go to court to defend our driving habits. People tend to remember these kinds of things and attribute this kind of behavior to all bikers. Furthermore, if you got a passenger, then it goes beyond foolish. You're endangering somebody else's health and welfare. And I can't tell you, I mean, I've seen a couple situations myself where somebody's showing off, pulling away from a bike night with a woman on the back of the bike, popping a wheelie, and they wipe out. Just plain stupid. Don't do it. Traveled roadways are not a place to be pulling wheelies. All right, so we got a cop in pursuit. Hot, close pursuit. Run from him? Are you kidding me? And a wheelie. This guy has a death wish. I don't know what the speed limit is here, but I'm guessing this guy is way over it. Just because that bike will go that fast doesn't mean you should do it. You see here, we've got zero margin for error. This dipshit's popping wheelies right in front of the cop. What do you suppose is going to happen if he loses control and wipes out with the cop right on his tail? I don't know how this is all going to end, but it does not look good. I can't foresee any positive ending to something like this. All right, here we are in heavy traffic, multiple bikes, a lot of vehicles, following too closely. Once again, there is almost no margin. Yeah, there you go. That's what happens. That guy going down is his own damn fault. Again, you need to be a minimum of 3 seconds back behind the closest vehicle in front of you. And there's a reason for that, because human reaction time is 1.5 seconds, which will eat up half of your safety cushion right there. You just absolutely have to be at least 3 seconds back, and if you're not, this is the kind of thing that happens.
Just chatting on my phone with my buddy who was about to head over soon.
All right, well, at least this biker seems to be following at an appropriate distance. Looks like about that 3-second safety zone. And we're tightening it up a little bit now.
Say no more. Tell me where. I'll be there.
Yeah, that's more like 2 seconds. Now we're at more like 1 second following distance.
Give your opinions down in the comments.
That thing is sick.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm just gonna let them go. I'll film this one.
Obviously following too closely. See those lights? You better pay attention to that stuff. It's time to back off here. You've got no margin for error to either side. Okay, you think that's cool, but the reality is he was following way too closely, and let's see what he's going to do with this pass, because once you pass somebody, you should also open up that 3-second cushion between you and the vehicle you've passed before you pull back into the lane. And as you can see right here, there's a car up ahead. There's not even a 3-second margin available between those two vehicles.
And with that, we came to the end of this episode. Guys, let me know down in the comments, should we make more videos like this or not? And by the way, check out Dirt Bike Lunatic Store and get yourself some DBL merch. Until the next episode, guys, ride safe.
It's ironic that he would be saying ride safe, because these videos are absolutely filled with outrageously dangerous motorcycle riding. You just can't operate a motorcycle that way and expect not to get involved in some kind of a crash. As little as I like having somebody follow me too closely, it's just foolishness to follow somebody with less than that 3-second margin. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to bikers who have been involved in crashes who end up putting their head through somebody's back window. It just doesn't make sense. So if you're going to be out on a bike, and it's awesome to be able to do so, but if you're going to be out on a bike, you got to follow some common sense rules. And one of the biggies is follow at that safe distance, which is a minimum of 3 seconds. If you've got somebody behind you that is following too closely, wave them off. If they won't back off, you know what? Swallow your pride, pull that bike over, and let them get around you so that you're going to be safe to ride another day.